In this lesson, you're going to learn how to park an airplane in the sky. This is called a holding pattern, and it's used when air traffic control wants us to stay in one place for a while to regulate the flow of air traffic. We're over Puget Sound near Payne Airport in Everett, Washington. I've got the airplane, so don't worry about touching the controls until I tell you to. We'll fly toward the Payne VOR, and then fly an oval or racetrack pattern to the west of the VOR, awaiting further instructions from air traffic control. We'll maintain 4,000 feet and 100 knots for this lesson. I know you've dutifully studied your homework lesson, so you know how to make a direct entry into the holding pattern. Okay, you've got the airplane. As soon as we passed over the VOR, begin a standard rate turn to the right. Turn to a heading of 180 degrees for the outbound leg, which is also called the holding side. There, we've passed the station. Begin a right turn to a heading of 180. Use a standard rate turn as shown on the turn coordinator. The outbound leg should last 1 minute from the time you roll out on a heading of 180 degrees. As you roll out on a heading of 180 degrees, start the time. This is the start of the holding pattern's outbound leg. We'll fly outbound for 1 minute on a heading of 180 degrees. It's important to maintain our altitude while we are holding unless ATC tells us otherwise. Air traffic control promises us that there aren't any more airplanes in our racetrack, but there very well may be airplanes in their own racetracks above and below us. Okay, the outbound time has elapsed. We'll head back to the VOR station on the inbound leg. Start a standard rate turn to the right to intercept the 180 degree radial or the 360 degree course inbound, then track that course inbound to the station. As the needle moves toward the center, adjust your turn rate. You'll want to center the needle as you roll out on a heading of 360 degrees. This is a bit tricky, but you can do it. Remember that the VOR indicator becomes more sensitive as we get closer to the station, so we'll need to get stabilized on the inbound radial as soon as possible. Turn left more. Now we're back on the inbound leg of the holding pattern. By definition, this leg should take us 1 minute before we reach the VOR station. Watch for the to from indicator on VOR1 to flip, indicating that you've passed the station. Once we pass the station, we'll turn south again and fly the outbound leg once more. There, we've passed the station, completing one loop of the pattern. Now once again, turn right to a heading of 180 degrees for the outbound leg. Use a standard rate turn as shown on the turn coordinator. Typically, you'd remain in the holding pattern until air traffic control gives you a clearance to continue on your route. We can use the GPS system to help monitor our pattern. Hold down the Shift key and the 3 key to call up the GPS. You should see a nice oval racetrack with parallel sides. Don't leave it up too long though, because it gets in the way of the nav instruments. Bank the wings more. Great job. Fly a couple more laps around the holding pattern and press Escape when you're ready to move on to the next lesson. Look at the flight analysis to help judge your performance. Ideally, you should see a bunch of lines on top of each other in a nice oval, as well as a straight line on the altitude plot. Turn left more. Turn left more. since that's not going well, I'm going to end this lesson now. I'd like to suggest that you take this lesson again so we can practice these important piloting skills some more.